So I have some Spam, smoked beef sausages, and 4 eggs. I have some rice. So. Oh. Oh my god, so hot. I was freaking out after work today because my car didn't start. I think I left my son or something. I should really get in the car next year or something, right? Do you guys know any good practical cars? I have no idea about cars. No idea. No. It's like killing me. I do like this. Okay. I mix it with rice. So one of you guys actually asked me how it was like to work at a nail shop. It takes a lot of patience, for sure. Because like on a Friday and Saturday, it's, it's the busiest, but when you feel like you made a lot of money, but hours of work and all that the dirty work you have to do, it's really not that much of money, I don't think. Like for example, I go to work by like 9 o'clock and I get off by 7, and I get the base. How I got paid was I got $60 per day. But obviously, if you know how to do more stuff like acrylic, gel, nail, you'll get paid more. Your hourly will be higher. But since I just only knew basics. My base was $60, and then I would get a tip off of that. Some days, like Mondays and Tuesdays, I will walk home with only like $30-$40. Only tip though. But if you think about it, that's 9 to 7 o'clock. I'm making $100. That's so little. At that time, it wasn't little because I didn't have to pay for bills or a house or anything. It was just all the money was for me. I bought like makeup, I bought purses, but if I were to work in a nail shop now, like I'm not gonna have money, like enough money to do anything. And some people like honestly, it's not. I mean, like yeah, you have to touch people's feet all day long, but it's not that bad. I didn't think it was that bad, unless you have a customer that comes purely for maintenance. Like their toes, they just come to. They don't even get polished. They don't do anything. They just get it to get clean, and those are the ones that are nasty because they come like once every other month, and it's just really gross. I know you're supposed to have license to work at a nail shop, but a lot of people actually don't. I'm not saying it's right or anything, but yeah, people I worked with, they didn't have license. Maybe the owners did, but the so that's because like you have to go to school or you have to get credit for that, and which means they're gonna have to pay a little bit more for their salary or their pay, whatever. So how I learned it is my first day, the owner just threw me to start with pedicure. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even polish my own nails. I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, just copy the person next to you. I'm like, are you serious? This is how you're gonna teach me how to work at a nail shop? It's not something that I can learn, through a book or learning through a manual. I actually have to, I have to practice. I have to practice cutting other people's toenail. I have to practice painting their nails. Like, how do you expect me to just learn? I mean, but eventually I did because I had to, like I feel like she threw me there because she knew that I had to learn. But, nail shop is a very casual place to work. You can be on your phone, you can be eating whenever you want. It didn't matter. So, that was kind of the... I feel like... So, I think... But one thing I didn't like about working in a nail shop was everyone was so materialistic. They care so much about how skinny people were. They care so much about what purses they bought, what kind of shoes they're wearing, or, like, so all the, like, dirty work they did, like, clean other people's feet, they would just go buy another purse or buy another wallet. And just something that I didn't really like very much, because those people weren't just like, they weren't like my age. Like, they weren't, so I was around like 19, 20 when I was doing that. And it's not like, they weren't like me, they're older, they have family, but they still use that money to, use it on those materialistic stuff. And they would like always try to be better than the other person. It's like, what's the point? You're never gonna be content that way. There's always gonna be better bag, prettier bag, more expensive bag. So how long are you gonna do that, right? I mean, if you have a lot of money to use, that's a different story. But if you're like living off of paycheck to paycheck, it's not a very ideal lifestyle. I mean, I learned it the hard way, but that's one thing I didn't like about that job. But besides that, it's a very friendly environment to work. Sometimes, because it's kind of, because it's not, besides that daily amount you get, the money you can earn is so like unstable. Like, you just don't know how much you're gonna make that day. That's why if it's slow, if you don't have any customers and people try to like fight, oh, it's my turn to, like, we took turns, like, whoever comes to work first, they get the first customer, and we rotate from that. But if it's slow, everyone's like, oh no, but it's my turn, I didn't make that much money, can I take this person? Just like, well, how do you really go on from that? Like, everyone is there to make same amount of money, but I really wanted to get out of that, whole nail shop or like serving job, because I just never knew how much money I was gonna make that day, and I can't calculate anything. Like, I have to pay bills, I have to pay rent, but how am I supposed to calculate how much I can spend on the side when I don't even know how much I'm gonna make next day, But I know that like I tell you that I don't want to work in a tip-based job. But I mean, there are good moments. There are fun moments. Like my recent. So before this job, the current job, I was a server, and I really enjoyed working there. I made good friends. I met great people, except for the poor management. I think it was one of my favorite place to work at. Does anyone know what spam stands for? So, a couple years ago, there used to be a lot of like Vine, or what do you call it, Vine or meme. That's spam stands for some parts are meat, which is funny, but it actually stands for spiced ham. I did not know that. I wonder what they mean by spiced. I'm gonna end the show here. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed everything, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.